my website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, why is focus so important? Why is without focus you won't make progress, or you make very little progress? With focus you can totally, do so much more with your time. Really, that's all you have. You have time, the amount of time you practice, but people can practice like 10 hours a day and make very little progress because they don't focus. And so focus, what is that? And why is that so important? Well, focused practice, first of all, it means that you know exactly what you want to practice before you go into practicing. You measure your progress because you want to make progress. So if you don't measure it, you won't know when you're making progress. You're trying to do the right thing when you practice, and you try different things out and see how long does it take me to master it. And that's why you're measuring, because you want to know what goes on. When you're not focusing, you're basically just picking up your instrument. You got the song you want to learn, or you got this solo that's your project, where you got 1,000 techniques involved and all kinds of stuff and scales in that. Where does that bring you when you learn that solo? You need to really know, what am I focused on here? Am I learning chords? Am I learning rhythm? Am I learning picking? Am I learning hammer-ons and pull-offs? What is my focus? And then you need to use 75% of your time on that narrow little focus at a time for that week, for that month, to make progress. And then once you pick up your guitar, you know exactly what to practice. Why? You don't need any tabs. You don't need any videos, because you have that thing that you've been practicing for the last month. Those 6 notes. Or those 4 chords, and you don't stop when you're good at it. You push all the way to total absolute mastery when it's so effortless that you can do it while you talk or smoke or whatever. You keep at it, right? And when you have that focus, you make extraordinary progress. But most people, they say, oh, I've been practicing for 10 years. No, you haven't. You've been, dabbling with your instrument for 10 years. I came to think about this again when I was talking to my son, 14 years old, started playing ice hockey when he was 10. Nobody believed he would go anywhere. Now he's one of the best because he was focused. And he told me for the first 2 years when he was practicing or playing, he was only focused on learning. He didn't give a hoot about anyone else on the team. He didn't relate to anyone. He was just like a horse with these, blinders on. And then we just focused on practicing. The other kids were playing ice hockey and felt that, the exercises they had to do was kind of boring. They just wanted to, get a game on, right? But he was into everything. And whenever they were standing in a line, I could see this. Standing in a line, waiting to do an exercise of going whatever. He was practicing his skates. He was doing something constantly because that was his focus. We lose focus. We look at this cool instrument, we pick it up and we start playing something that really feels good. We have our comfort zone of what we can do. So after a long day at work, we want to feel good about ourselves. So we start practicing something that we know already, right? Instead of focusing on getting better, right? And what happens in your brain when you start focusing is that the brain naturally puts developing your skills on the highest shelf. When you're not focusing, the brain just goes, oh, this is leisure. This is having fun. Well, I'm not learning. Why should I learn? Are we learning? Are we learning here? But when you're focused and you're measuring and you're going for it and you know exactly what to practice each day, because it's the same thing you practiced yesterday, right? Endless repetitions of a pattern that makes you reach that level where it's totally unconscious, right? It's a spasm in your hand. The hardest thing possible is now the easiest thing possible, right? That's the level you want to get to. And the only way to get there is insane focusing. And anyone can get to that level. Thinking about it all day, visualizing scale shapes, practicing rhythms constantly. That kind of focus will just break you through, will make you break through and create that guy in you that's amazingly talented, right? That's what people are going to say. How did you do that? Well, I just stopped dabbling with it and I started being really focused about getting actual results when I was practicing. That's the key. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.